I'm talking.
He came to this
nasty.
Oh.
It was. Oh, my girl was fly, and I was like, cousin, who is that? You said me mad. Who is that?
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another YouTube video. You already know what it is. It's YanaSamayria, and I am back again with another banger. So y'all know we have a special guest. I'm not gonna say another special guest because he is very familiar. He was a fan favorite. Y'all know who he is. What's up, Smiley?
Hey, how y'all doing? What's up? I'm talking about how y'all doing right there.
They gonna answer in the comments, isn't that right?
Okay.
You gonna like,
How
comment, and
doing?
subscribe.
Are you having a great day? Are you manifesting?
He's talking about one of the commercials. Yeah, he needs to be on the commercial. Yeah.
Get up off of that couch and go down to ICDC College.
Y'all, that commercial had us in the chokehold. Okay, that came on. If you watch Murray, you know you've seen that commercial. Matter of fact, I hope Murray's doing good because y'all know he done retired.
I don't know who Murray is.
Okay, first of all, I sound real country. Maury.
Maury? I know you were trying to say Maury.
Okay, so for real, y'all, today we're gonna talk about something a little different. You know, last time we came to y'all with the banger, we came to y'all with Life in Your 20s. If you haven't checked that video out, please go check that video out. I will link it somewhere in this video so that you can have direct access to it. But today, we gave y'all a lot of information about ourselves without really even telling y'all who we were. What is our relationship? Who is he to me? Who am I to him? Like, what does this entail? And that's gonna take us into an even bigger subject of where we are. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it. So, y'all, first things first, I just want to go ahead and get out the way. He trying to match me. We gonna keep that on the low. At the end of the day.
You know, you remember like the friendship portraits in high school? That was what I was wondering. I like to match my friends.
Oh, see, so he gave y'all, who are we? That's the big question, right? Because some of y'all are like, is that a man? Is that his? We are friends, okay, y'all? This is a little bit of a backstory of how we met. We got friends. We friends by day, but at night. I'm just kidding.
Whoa. Don't tell them everything. No, but
can't tell y'all what's going on in the household. I'm just joking, y'all. We really friends. We met. I have a best friend named Nicole. That is her cousin. And wait, right? Her cousin.
His cousin.
Nicole's a her. That's her cousin. You're her cousin. You're Nicole's cousin. You're her cousin.
Nicole.
Y'all see. Y'all can get a lot more of this. Okay.
I'll be ready to go.
He be ready. Okay. This is Nicole's cousin. We met, I feel like a few years back, but it was kind of like a hey and bye situation. Oh. But then we met again last year at Nicole's birthday, and that's when we kind of hit it off. Because it was like, oh, I love you. You love me.
Here.
What's up?
In the city.
Here where?
In Atlanta.
Yeah, we in the dirty city of Atlanta.
In Atlanta. Dirty?
Yeah.
Why you on the dirty?
It's dirty. This is and I'm explaining to y'all why I feel like Atlanta is the dirty city. Y'all talking about Jacksonville and all this mess dirty. And dirty doesn't necessarily mean in cleanliness. Just dirty.
Okay.
Atlanta grimy.
Okay.
We gonna get into that. But that is how we met. So we are definitely friends. But the thing about it is, y'all, we met each other again for Nicole's birthday party or birthday weekend in Atlanta. Mind you, I lived in Tallahassee at the time. He lived in Jacksonville. We was just coming in to celebrate for a friend. We fell in love with each other. So then after that, I was moving to Atlanta because I had got out of a relationship. So I was like, I'm ready to pack up and move. We'll get into that too. So I moved and he called.
And I was planning on moving to Chicago. But I just knew I wanted to experience a different city in Jacksonville. But after the trip where we met each other for my cousin's birthday, I was like, oh, I love Atlanta. Atlanta's amazing. What? I had never had a salmon burger. I thought that was everything.
Okay.
So yes, I was like, oh, Atlanta is it.
And then he moved. So then he called me, right? As I done found my apartment. I'm ready to just move to Atlanta on my own. 1-1 ready. He called and was like, let me tell you how good God is. Y'all know I like a good praise report. I was like, Lord, you know, Atlanta expensive. I will do it by myself, but I really don't want to. Soon as I said that, I would kid y'all not, probably 24 hours later, he called, hey, or him and Nicole called FaceTime one night when he was out on Sunday brunch. I feel like drunk. Hey, do you mind if Smiley lives with you? No. And that is how this relationship got started.
Yep.
So we're gonna talk a lot about us, who we are, how we got to know each other, you know, moving in with somebody. That's how we say you really know somebody. Yeah. So now it's been coming up on like a year. We didn't know each other at all from Ken Paint Shop. Now it's coming up for a year, so we're gonna tell you our experiences and we're gonna tell you about Atlanta, how we like it. Are we going home? What are we doing? Our lease is off. What's up? What's the plan?
That's cute.
So let's go ahead and get right on started.
I like it.
Okay, so we cannot, y'all know first impressions is everything. And we have to tell y'all about what I thought about Mr. Tall and Handsome here and what he thought about me. Let's get into it. You wanna go first? I'm listening.
I can go on her. Miss Independent. That's her. I love her cause she got her own. She don't need much. She said leave mine alone. Alright, anyway.
Right on the back.
Alright, so
Right yours too.
Okay, city girl. No, but this is what it is. First impressions. When I first met Ayana, I thought, who is this? She came on the scene. Alright, this is how I met her. Let me print you the picture. I was going on this, well, not how I met her, but how I remember her. This is the real first impression for me. Technically, it's not the first impression, but it's the first impression. When we went to Atlanta for my cousin Nicole's birthday party last year, 2021, I'm a bit of a planner. I kind of like to have stuff together. I like to have my ducks in a row. I'm very like, okay, this is the itinerary, this is next, this is what we're doing. That's how I am. So that's me. Yeah. That's definitely me. So I would say definitely type A personality sometimes. So meeting her, we met at the Airbnb. She was there before the person whose birthday it was. That was,
and make sure my girl was straight. Period.
That was great first impression one. I was like, she early on time, and then you had the you drove there, so you had the Mercedes. It was a
I be pushing some plum fly. I had a beam. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, it was a BMW.
Yeah, it was a BMW. Sorry. Well,
is that Mercedes? Is Mercedes BMW?
Hell, I don't know. No, Mercedes and BMW are different things.
That's two different things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I thought a Beamer was a BMW this whole time.
I don't know. It was nice.
It was nice.
She had an orange bob. I'm talking.
He can't let this
nasty.
Oh.
It was. Oh, my girl was fly, and I was like, cousin, who is that? You said be mad. Who is that? But anyway, my first. Alright, you're really.
He was feeling the kid, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry.
We're going to put the teleport down. Okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all not keep recording.
All in all, my first impression was very great because she was on time. Even though this is a very free-flowing event, it's just fun, it's that. I like that she was about her business. And that was my first impression of her, is that she's gonna have her appearance together, she's gonna have her schedule together, she's gonna have her details together. She's gonna be, you can lean on her to be the designated driver. Like, that was mine. And then I knew I was gonna love her when we were doing something, we were trying to figure out what we were going to do during the weekend or something. And I was like, cause I don't know, but you're very sober right now, you need to be taking a shot. And she was like, I like him. And that's when I knew, because we were on the same page. We were on for me, I love birthdays.
Me too.
So my main mission was to make sure my cousin had the best time of her life for that birthday. And the fact that that was her same heart posture, I was like, oh, we're gonna run. First of all,
he being nice to me today. Oh,
today.
He coming with the, okay, he coming with the good stuff.
We're talking about impressions. I'm joking. But it was a great first impression. 11 out of 10.
Okay, so for me, like I said, all that did happen. I did have my orange hair. I did show up on time because I am a very punctual person. I gotta make sure everything is in decency and in order. I'm a planner. I like to be in control. I'm a little bit of a control freak, and so is he. So when we met and he was just like, oh, I need to have this. Okay, do we need this? Do we need to go here? I was like, you know, I like him. And me, I like people who have a big personality because I have a big personality. So I was out there like, eh. He was right there was like, So that just made me be like, okay, I have somebody where I can like literally be extra.
Yeah.
Extra because I can be extra with my best friend, but extra, I can't find that nowhere until I met him, y'all. So did that. Was able to see that that's his personality. Yeah, baby. That's his personality. And then when we went out, he was so much fun. Now, granted, my night was kind of tainted, but you know, we're gonna talk about that another day. But he had so much fun. He was just like the life of the party. So I was like, I gravitate towards energy like that. So I was like, this. And then I had just lost, like I told y'all in my last video, I had just lost one of my best friends, and we connected on that as well. We talked about that at the table. Child, we drunk. He's the king of, you know, I want to ask a question, but you know, I'm gonna ask it. You ain't gotta answer if you don't want to. That's him. So he ended up asking me about Kenny or whatever, which is my best friend who committed suicide. And in the middle, we drinking.
I did do that.
We drinking. We, you know, emotions rise when you drink it. So I'm at the table trying to fight back tears, y'all. I'm like, yeah, and you know, he was a great person. But he made it so comfortable that I was able to laugh. It wasn't something where like I was reminiscing on something that hurt. It was just kind of like I was reminiscing on the good times because he was so lit. So that is my first impression of Smiley. When he said my name is Smiley, I said that makes so much freaking sense. I love that for you. Yeah. Okay.
Which is crazy. So I want y'all to know this. I'm coming on Yana's page and all that stuff, but my name is Thea. Well, my name is Theodore. But I go by Theo. Most people just shorten it to Theo. Most people call me that. My family calls me Smiley. Or like my neighborhood where I'm from, the very, very close individuals who knew me growing up called me Smiley. So for me to meet her and that be our introduction because of my cousin, she already started high. Because not everybody can call me Smiley. So you was able to do that right after class.
Yeah, I love this. Oh, he's so nice.
And so these people probably think my name is Smiley, which it is.
It is. To me.
All y'all can, yeah.
Tell me. Okay, and so then after that, y'all know we started thinking about moving in with each other. This is because when he told me he wanted to move in, this is when we were supposed to move in. This was like, because I moved late anyway. So just to paint a picture, I moved in like July, or in my mind, that's when I found out I was moving. My lease was up in August. That's like a month. So in that whole time, he was like, I'm moving too. So we just kind of rushed the whole process, and we was like, okay, we're gonna live with each other. It's gonna save us money. We're gonna make this thing work. And so a little bit, right, meeting one time, y'all, just vibing on one occasion, one weekend, I would say. Yeah. So, but right off the bat, y'all know y'all got family dynamics. So my mom was just like, you living with a guy? Excuse me, because I had just came out of a household where I was living with a guy, but that was my boyfriend. So she's like, you're living with this random guy, like you don't know who he is like that, like you know that I'm like, but you know me, I'm like, I trust him with my life. That's my best friend's cousin. I was really vouching for him, and I didn't have, for some reason, because I prayed, I think God just gave me a peace of mind about it, and that's what made me more prone to move in with him, because I wasn't worried. While they was tripping, I was like, I think it's gonna be fine, you know. But now looking back, I can understand how they was like, okay, wait a minute now.
The crazy part about that is on my end, my family did the same. I've lived with a woman before. My best friend from college. After college, we graduated from Tennessee State University. My best friend here. We lived together for a year in Nashville, Tennessee. So I had already done it. My parents had something to say about it then, but this time they had even more to say about it because that comes later.
But now that's not even a thing. Yeah. I love his mama. Oh, yeah, that's my best.
Well, it's not even that she wouldn't have loved you or any of that. They were more so thinking about like, not even about a roommate. They were like, why are you moving?
My mom was like, y'all sleep together. She's like, y'all sleep together? Like, you live with a guy? Are y'all gonna? I'm like,
see, I've gotten all those questions before because I've done it before.
Like, I don't think so. I don't like it.
They still ask them again, but
because that's even when I tell my friends, so like I'm like, yeah, I have a roommate. They automatically go like, oh, she. I'm like,
for real?
He, and they're like, see, I never tell him that, but they're like, he, and I'm like, yeah, he's his name is Smiley, and they're just looking at me like, especially guys. Like if guys trying to talk to me, I'm like, I just want to let you know I got a guy roommate, and they're like, what?
That makes a difference.
It makes so much of a difference because guys are looking at like, how can you live with another guy? without being, you know, in that type of capacity. And it's just like, we just make it work. I don't know.
To put a little bit more spice, this might be TMI, but you already touched on it, and the table port is touching on it even more. Cheers. No, but okay, so that whole like living with a guy and all that stuff, that raises some questions. Okay. Were there any apprehensions on your end before moving together? Like, there's what your family said, but were there any reservations on your end?
Okay, y'all. So the table port phone, so I'm gonna keep it a book.
Okay.
Smile, when I first met Smile, I said, oh, he's cute. You know, he's tall, he's skinny, he's cute. But when he started talking to me, he was saying, yeah, you know, like skinny guys.
Who is
his peas, y'all. He his peas, y'all.
Skin tone, chicken bone, leave me alone here.
Who is skinny?
His peas.
Who is skinny?
Popeye. Period.
Right,
okay, I ain't gonna give him too much.
I just was confused.
You know,
I am skinny.
Man body.
Slim
man body.
Slim
you know, and that's my type. I like that. So when I seen him, I said, oh, he's tall. You know, he has a nice personality. He's cute. And so I wasn't worried though about living with him, because even if he was completely straight, because I'm not gonna lie, him being fluid did play a big part in it. If he was completely straight, I probably would have been like, I don't really know. I probably would have done it, but it would have been some reservation.
If I'd have been like, what's up, Ayana? Versus like, hi, Ayana, I love you.
Hi. How can you be scared of that? Like, I was just like, how can you be in fear of that? So with that, I wasn't really worried about it.
What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, you my cousin, best friend, but you can be mine too.
I never seen this before. I never seen that before.
Nah, but anyway.
But no, for real. So I didn't really have any reservation, honestly. I kind of was like, to my mom, I was like a rebel, like a daredevil. I was like, let's just do it. Like, the worst thing you could do is, it not work. But whatever. If anything, I know how to live with somebody and be by myself. It's either gonna be a friendship, roommate situation, or just roommate situation. You stay in your space, I stay in mine.
I agree.
But, you know, I was down for whatever.
For me, I did think about that because, so I'm used to this. So this is another conversation. So I feel like fluidity ain't that crazy, but.
What do you mean?
I'm saying this is another, remember how I was like, oh, fluidity is another conversation in the last video. Like, that's a whole video.
Oh, for the people who don't know, because y'all wasn't here, fluidity means, you know, you're just open to anything.
Yeah, sexually fluid.
Yeah.
In terms of orientation, not necessarily mean that, hold on, you sexually fluid out here with everybody. It don't mean that. It just means you could date a guy or a woman, like that. But, so, anyways, back to the point, which was, so on my end, excuse me, I am used to that kind of unrequited love ordeal, in the sense of, I thought she was attractive. I was more into her when we first met, like in terms of like visual. I was like, who is this now? But I'm used to that because being this, I'm going too deep into detail. You're right. I don't want to go into too much detail about that. All I'm saying is, the point is, a worry for me before we became roommates was like, oh, would I develop feelings? Would be so?
He loved me on the low, y'all. He just don't want to tell nobody. He loves me.
It was a conversation I had to have with myself about rooming with a woman, because the deal is, it's a man and a woman. Somebody will be attracted. She wasn't, because it makes sense. I'm over here like, hey girl, you don't want that. But for me, I was like,
I want a thug. I'm just playing.
Yeah, right. No, it makes sense.
I'm just playing.
Oh, you don't want that?
No, I don't want thugs. Thugs give me heartbreak and make me cry. But they fine.
I need a soldier.
That was my anthem. That's my problem right there.
Anyways, so that was my apprehension coming forth into it. Like, could this be? And then I was just like, no, because I can handle my, like, it's not a thing. You can be attracted to someone and still like move on. Like, it wasn't even, we didn't even have this conversation because it wasn't such a big deal.
Honestly, y'all, we just started having this conversation. Our lease is up in a month, and we just, I think a couple weeks ago he told me he was attracted to me when he first met. I didn't know that, and I told him the same thing. So it's like we literally just got there.
I didn't want to make it awkward because that can be an awkward space to navigate. But I've already done that before. I've already been through that. Like I said, I've already lived with a woman. I've already experienced women who I'm attracted to who they can't date about. I've been there, done that. So the bigger goal was to get to Atlanta, which is where we are, which is now like impressions on Atlanta. What do you think of this city versus like other cities you've lived in? All of that. Well, actually, I jumped the gun.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about Atlanta or do you want to talk about roommates living together?
I think
we're going to talk about both.
I'm into both. Yeah, I'm into. Okay, so Atlanta in general, I've always wanted to get to Atlanta. I visited Atlanta when I was in college. I fell in love with it early, and I was like, I need to get there ASAP. When I move, I'm moving to Atlanta. So the opportunity presented itself. But like I said, I was going through a breakup, and for me, I don't know. When I'm going through breakups, I do wild stuff, like cut my hair off, you know, some crazy stuff. So I said, you know what?
Change the color, orange.
What? I said, you know what? I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna move to a whole nother state because I was in Florida at the time. So I just got up and moved to a whole nother state, and so this is the state that I've been plotting on for a long time. So I get here and it's not what I expected. It's not what I was banking on when I was 20, 21, 22, 23, because the dynamics of myself has changed. I'm no longer a party girl in the street ready to down for whatever. I'm more business oriented. I'm more homebody.
That wasn't. No, what? I don't like that sentence.
That's what I ended on, Smiley. Having a stable relationship is hard.
But why was that what you were trying to say?
Yeah.
How was that?
Here go the Shady Sean. It's coming out. Come on, introduce yourself, Sean. Introduce yourself, Shady Sean. Right, this video is coming to an end, y'all. We will give y'all a part 2. Cause no. I can't record with this man.
Oh wait, I thought
you said.
Did we wrap it up?
I thought we was wrapping it up.
Not at that point yet. No, we can wrap that up in a minute. I'm saying like let's wrap it up.
You know what, y'all? We gonna let Smiley take the flow because apparently.
Okay, no. Alright, I'm sorry. Okay, no. Alright, bring it back. Wrap it up. I get it now. I'm sorry.
But we're gonna continue this series. This is a mini series that we have going on just with me and Smiley and I. We want you guys to know a little bit more about us and our dynamic and our relationship and how we are flourishing in these streets. Cause baby, these are streets, but the trenches almost. It's getting a little scurry out here. But we're making it work the best we know how. So you will see Smiley on some more, or Theo, whatever you want to call him, on some more episodes.
Everybody can call me Smiley, but I get it.
Period. Boundary. You heard that first. A boundary. Okay. So we're definitely gonna hear from Theo again soon.
But it sounds weird when you say Theo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't like
Smiley.
Theo.
No, you can say Smiley. I'm just saying.
Okay. Oh, y'all gotta say Theo, or is it Theodore?
Depending on who I meet, some people don't say. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
But it don't matter. You can say hey.
But tread lightly, baby.
You can say hey to me regardless. I'm gonna say hey back.
Absolutely.
Oh! Shout out to everybody. I had fun. I gotta be good.